The Red Bull racing system and what really lies behind it. In 2005, a fun band. The Bulls now, a real power. This season, admittedly, the team led by Christian Horner has had to cope with a setback or two, but with 4 world titles, undoubtedly not that hard to endure. But where does this great success come from, and who's behind it? Behind it is the little can of a mammoth company. 40 billion drinks sold in all. 30% of the profit goes back into marketing. An incredible advertising strategy. The brand is valued at over 13 billion euros. The long-established Mercedes brand is rated at only slightly more. Founder and visionary is Dietrich Mateschitz. In 1987, he launched his drink, using what at the time was a sensational marketing strategy, sponsoring extreme sports. Just 7 years later, the quantum leap, entering the field of professional motorsport.
Didi Mateschitz is eine faszinierende, schillernde Persönlichkeit.
Didi Mateschitz is a fascinating, enigmatic individual who has, of course, made a global impact with his business. Personally, I always look forward to seeing him because I know the man loves motorsport. The system had a long-term plan. After all, with 5,000 Deutschmark, they were the first sponsors of a then 13-year-old from Heppenheim. In 2005, the Austrians took over the Jaguar racing team. Added to that, they had Coulthard, sadly with an underpowered engine and poor chassis. But in order to get noticed all the same, F1 quickly became a party zone and promotions vehicle for movies. In 2005, the tobacco sponsors left due to the advertising ban. To Bernie Ecclestone, fair enough. Red Bull spotted the gap and created a new fun universe.
Obviously, Red Bull is the only one that's powered by the Force.
When I finished on the podium, I was very happy to wear the cape, and I thought the whole situation surrounding the movies associated with the Red Bull team has worked very well.
While they were at it, they took over the Minardi team and christened it Toro Rosso. 2 teams with 1 owner is to this day a unique situation in Formula One. In 2005, finishing 7th, success eluded them. The recruitment of Christian Horner, then just 32 as team principal, also caused some furrowed brows.
I'm very grateful to Dietrich Mateschitz for giving me the opportunity and believing in me at a young age. And you know, without him, none of this would have been possible.
And thus it was possible that in 2007 he had Adrian Newey, Renault engines and a budget of 140 million euros at his disposal. In 2008, the little partner team made headlines as Sebastian Vettel won in Monza. And since 2009, anyone who wants to be world champion has had to get past Red Bull Racing. Now, however, they're not just backing one horse, but rather 700 sponsored athletes in 160 disciplines, even including some sports they've invented themselves. Plus, the media might. The ever-present logo from all camera angles creates an enormous promotional force. Ever more extreme stunts climaxed with Felix Baumgartner's stratospheric jump, an event watched around the world. The advertising value, astronomic, over 10 billion euros. Meanwhile, Red Bull has been making motor racing history. After just 5 years, taking 4 world titles in a row, 250 million euros and 650 staff ensure ongoing success. Mercedes-AMG has 50 million euros less and 150 fewer people in their team. The advertising value of the 4 titles is several billion euros. The motorsport is now a profit-making affair, running itself, but with long-term systematic planning. The return of Formula One to Austria was only a little while back still being elegantly formulated as a wish.
Yes,
70 kilometers from here we've got one of the world's loveliest circuits, and our great dream or wonderful finale would be if a Formula One race could be staged there once again. Red Bull is thus much more than a drink or a team. It stands for a system based on long-term plans, realized dreams and faith in their own mission. All good reasons for the world champion's belief in his team and its plans.
Es geht letzten Endes Vertrauen und wenn man einfach füreinander da ist.
Ultimately, it's about trust, and if you're there for each other and can count on each other, then maybe here and there you're a bit cleverer, a bit quicker and more inclined to make right decisions rather than wrong ones.
Tendenziell mehr richtige als falsche Entscheidungen trifft.
Now, a typical Austrian.
My name is Franz Toast, and I'm the team principal of Scuderia Toro Rosso. We love racing. We love the challenge. We hate journalists.
Typical Tyrolean humor. After all, it was you who invited us, Franz. At work, he keeps both feet on the ground. Since Toro Rosso was set up 8 years ago, the Austrian has been managing things here in Faenza, Italy, the team's home, where the 58-year-old now lives. His route into Formula One: 14 years ago, his friend Gerhard Berger brought him into BMW Motorsport, Williams' engine supplier. Tost acted as track operations manager and was rated as one of the sharpest analysts. In 2006, he joined Red Bull's Talent Factory. Here he gives the final polish to drivers they hope will later shine in the star team.
Die Arbeit mit den jungen Fahrern ist natürlich schon intensiv.
The work with the young drivers is certainly very intensive.
Weil die Leute ja noch unerfahren sind.
We look at lots of areas as they're of course still inexperienced. That means diet, training and all the work with the different individual departments, with the engineers for example, and with the media and the marketing department. It's a very comprehensive program, but it's great fun for us all.
Das uns aber allen sehr viel Spaß bereitet.
Boss, teacher and chum in one. Tost's school has done well. Its model pupil, Sebastian Vettel. He raced for a good year in the junior team. At Monza in 2008, Vettel gained the only pole and only win for Toro Rosso. As the team burst with pride, Tost remained Tost. Great outpourings of emotion not being his thing.
The emotions were, it was quite an emotional moment, but it was not a reason now to make a salto or whatever. Life goes on, and was okay.
Reportedly, however, he's not always reacted completely without emotion. Vettel can probably thank a passionate outburst from Tost for his big break. In 2007, it was actually American Scott Speed driving for Red Bull's little brother. However, at the European Grand Prix, he came off and failed to finish. According to Speed, Tost was furious. A scuffle developed. Working together after that, impossible. Speed had to go. Another man who had to go due to poor performance but would have liked to stay with Tost, Sebastian Buemi.
Working with Franz is just very nice. He's really open, you know, and he listens to me a lot. And if I have a problem, I can go directly to him. So there is no barrier between us. It's really nice, you know, because at the beginning you need to learn so many things, and he also give me a bit the direction, which is quite good.
And yet another Tost trainee, high flyer Daniel Ricciardo. Beside his talent, he also has the 2 years of training with Tost and team to thank for his promotion to Red Bull. In addition to all the practical stuff, the Austrian's recipe for success is
Der Toro Rosso Spirit, sage ich jetzt einmal.
the Toro Rosso spirit, its passion. The people that are here, they love motorsport.
Die lieben den Rennsport.
Franz Tost, a man who loves Formula One but hates the limelight. At the end of our interview, we ask him once again what he thinks of us.
We hate journalists.
Anything else?
Ciao und arrivederci. Das wird immer länger.